amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride.
ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono, who's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson offline.
Is green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to tell him to do. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns for 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tannock and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. God's just absolutely thinking, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in back to SRWtv for the second portion of our Friday night double bubble. Bit of dessert on offer for you now after the absolute pure medium rare, perfectly cooked action that we had in the Legends World Challenge earlier this evening at Hockenheim. We head over to Road America now for the GTDs. I'm the commentator Hamish Munro, once again joined by Stefanie Piccoli. Steph, as the cars rocket their way past at a very, very loud noise level, as you could say. How are you feeling? Road America, tough track, long track. There's like two tracks in one. More GT cars out there. Going to be a big test, some of these riders.
Yeah, it will be. Road America is also always good to run around. Some tricky downhill braking zones into some tighter left-hand corners and up hills into left-hand corners. You got the carousel coming off the back straight or onto the back straight. It's awesome fun. Love this track.
There's so many different spots that will test some drivers here tonight. Of course, we've driven here previously with these types of cars. We had ISA running last year. We came racing here, of course. In fact, used to be in our intro video, 5-minute intro video as well. But yeah, it's going to be a tough task. Obviously, start on the main straight, uphill slightly if you're a bit further back in the grid. And turn one, probably the one spot on this track that causes the most amount of dramas, especially early on in a race as well. Then obviously the run down towards turn 2, 3, and then into the deadly turn 4 at the bottom of the hill as well. Going to be a tough part of the track as well. Hard under brakes after a fast-paced main straight. Turn 1, turn 4, very, very similar type of corners, obviously, off the back of long straights. And then we go up the hill to turn 5, 6, and then into 7 before the carousel. So that kind of mid-pack, that mid-section of the circuit between 4 and the carousel, it's almost going to be a little bit follow the leader, I think, through there. You can sneak the nose up the inside from time to time, but with a 40-minute race happening, there's not really much benefit from just trying to sneak it up on your opponents, probably until like the last 10 minutes of the race.
Yeah, they are tricky corners to try and overtake in. You try and sit close in behind if you can, coming out through the carousel into 8, onto the back straight, and then try and zip past before the hard braking zone of down the end there. So for the right-hander, you try to sort of make that stick if you can. But yeah, the carousel's one you've got to try and stick with the car in front to make a good run through the rest of the track.
That bit down the end of the straight that you're referring to, of course, Canada Corner and then Thunder Valley as well. The best set of named corners I think there's been on an American circuit. Canada Corner into Thunder Valley. It's an unbelievable set of corner names. And then up towards the final corner as well. So they're all going to be a tough challenge here tonight for these drivers across this track. Although they should have many, many hours racing around here, of course. It's been the iRacing service for a very, very long time and is often in the officials for a lot of different series on iRacing as well. So it should be a good test for some drivers, but also a good way to test if they have got those fundamental skills they will need to attack this track properly. Jack Oz in the chat may or may not have yelled, "Let's go Sheafy" from my balcony. For anyone who doesn't know, Sheafy, of course, Tyler Sheaf, who has been in the booth with us from time to time and then also races in SFLs on Wednesday night. He's playing football only 2 streets over from where Jack lives.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
We'll see if he can actually hear him. Of course, Sheafy is deaf. I don't know if he actually plays with his hearing aids on. If he doesn't, I doubt he heard him. If he did, he may have heard him.
He might have. You never know. Depends how loud Jack was.
Oh, that's exactly right. I'm sure he belted it out like a young girl, just screeching at the top of his lungs. Well, we're going to get into qualifying very, very shortly. I don't think it's going to be as important tonight as it normally would. We have got 12 cars on track here tonight. Unfortunately, no low numbers once again, Steph. But this week we're not in line with a special event. So it just seems that, unfortunately, drivers aren't getting around the Friday night GTs, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really, because they are a good, a good category to run in. They're an awesome car to drive, and sort of set you up for the feeder class for your tin tops. So it's a bit of an unfortunate situation.
It's not just a feeder series, or it's not also been fed from tin tops and then also feeds into more prototype racing as well. It's also good practice for special events. The majority of special events for road on iRacing are GT races, multi-class races with GT cars in them. You look at Daytona 24 hour, Sebring 12 hour, Bathurst 12 hour, Watkins 6 hour, Spa 24 hour, Nürburgring 24 hour, the 8 hours of Brickyard 8 hour, Fuji 8 hour as well, Petit Le Mans, all these events with that run with GT cars. There's a heap. Not only that as well. Obviously, like European Endurance Series, like with the 24 Hours of Le Mans that happened last weekend, and then Monza 24 Hours earlier in the year as well. So there's a lot of series that run this car, and there's a lot of racing on off-road officials. But unfortunately, people, they'd rather either go out, or if there's another series on a Friday night, racing that one instead of these, which is quite unfortunate. But
it is.
I do think, unfortunately, these cars do suit endurance racing a little bit better than sprint racing. But we have seen signs of magic previously where we've had some phenomenal battles between drivers in these cars. But I think majority of the time, the best battles come when drivers are in fact of a very similar skill level and they can race around each other in these cars. You look at a Barbs and a McCartan. If they were to start scrapping every single week, I reckon they'd have absolutely brilliant battles. But they don't battle, obviously, because they're teammates and they want to work together to stay at the front.
That's right. Yes, you don't want to be battling your teammate to, battle, bump doors and whatnot every week. You want to be doing that with other people.
Send it. Send it. Just kill your teammate. Kill your teammate. That's what you want to do. As Doug Owens comes up towards the line, he's going to start his first attempt at a lap here in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Bettis is also out there as well as Harry Dodds, Greg Barber, Shannon Wright, Brad Wall, Aaron Stanley, Sean Benici, Stefan McCartan, Ryan Bettis, as I mentioned, Andrew Rushworth, Martin Lipsky, Adam Hughes, yet to get on the road for qualifying just yet, but we are underway for 20 minutes around this beautiful circuit for qualifying, Steph. Then we have a 40-minute race to come up, so about an hour worth of action for everyone here tonight. Should take us to roughly 9 o'clock, 20 past 9, something like that.
Yeah. Where else would you want to spend your Friday night?
I mean, a hotel in the Maldives would be nice. Aside from that, where else would you want to be? Friday night double bubble. It's been cooking for a couple of weeks now. It's the best kept secret, is the Friday night double bubble.
It is.
I reckon we get some awesome action from Legends. Then we get some GT displays a bit afterwards as well. Quick succession, unbelievable stuff.
That's it.
Just some.
You get all the fun action with the rollovers and door banging.
No rolls. Just. I don't know. Have we had a roll
this
yet?
week?
I don't think we've had a roll for a couple of weeks actually. I think we've actually been pretty good. But there's been some great racing. A lot of spins. That's the big thing. A lot of spins. It's like watching Beyblades on a Saturday morning, but on a Friday night, obviously.
Friday night.
Yeah.
They're it's good. They're an awesome little car, those Legends. But
they're so good. And GTs are good as well. And then you look at it and you're like, oh well, maybe we should hang on to it for another season because we've got a new GT car coming next season. We've had a new GT car the last 4 seasons.
We had 2 this season.
Well, look at that. We had the Vet and the Stang, and then the numbers have not kept, unfortunately. We want people to go racing. These things are amazing. I love GT racing. I love calling GT racing. Very, very passionate about it, and it is frustrating. It's frustrating to have happen, genuinely.
It is. If you're out there in YouTube land watching on SRWtv, get around it, guys. Sign up, join up, subscribe, get in there on the GT action.
get in there. You know, if you're we've had 40 sign-ups for this series. You know, we should at least have 20 cars on track.
We should.
It would be perfection if that were to happen, I reckon. Or no, it'd be perfection. Actually, we have 40 cars on track. It'd be brilliant.
It would be. That'd be amazing.
But at the moment in qualifying, Stefan McCartan sits top of the timing sheets, 204.191. His teammate Ryan Bettis P2, 204.418. Then it's Greg Barber P3, 204.723. Harry Dodds P4, 205.115. Brad Wall now sits P5 on the road, 208.3. There have been classes that have now been set, Steph, as well, although I have not updated them on the timing tower. But the majority of drivers here tonight are pros. Some of them are the AMs, or just GTD as they will be known.
Yeah.
But the majority are pros out there.
They are. But that's okay.
Exactly. You know?
You see some of these AMs.
We sound very somber right now in this,
We do,
this
don't we?
qualifying session.
What's going on?
We're a quarter of the way through when it's very somber, mellow, like, yeah, I'm having a good time, got some GT action happening. Stephen McCartan, who is not very somber right now, he is absolutely sending his Audi Evo 2 up towards the final corner, up through Speedville, up through Thunder Valley. He had a heap of purples on the board, but they have now been lost over the course of the lap. He had about 4 of them, and he comes up towards the line. Gonna cross the line. What does Stefan do? He already sits pole position, has the time counted. And what is the time for Stefan McCartan? A 204.142. I feel like he's only just gone better. He's only just gone better.
0.05, he's done well.
0.05. What a sweat.
Everything counts.
Everything does count. Everything does count. Aaron Stanley now, he actually has a second sector purple for his everything simulated racing BMW M4 GT3 car. Of course, we will be getting the updated M4 GT4 next season, of course, as well, Steph. So we'll finally have both the M4s on iRacing.
Be good.
It'll be incredible. He's on a personal best in the 3rd and 4th, and on the session best in the 2nd. It's just the first sector that has harmed him a little bit here across this lap. Goes personal best again into the 5th. Up through the final corner comes Aaron Stanley now. Been a little bit of a smoky this season. He's really only been one of the real challengers. I said that wrong. He's been one of the only challengers to Blackout OPR at the front end of town this season. He goes P3 on the road with 204.7 across that last lap. Bettis and McCartan, though, still sitting higher up the rankings than him on the timing tower at the moment. Martin Lipsky is out on track. Adam Hughes still yet to set a lap time, if I could talk correctly. I think Hughes doing last to first challenge. That you can smell it in the air a little bit, can't you?
You can. Anything's possible with Hughesy, you never know. Just trying to see where he's not even out on track. Not sitting in the pits either.
I reckon we should charge him $5 for every minute in the qualifying he does not do a lap.
Oh, I reckon so. Is he just worried he's going to spin it?
Maybe. Well, Martin Lipsky, he has been super involved. Just a segue. He's been super involved these last couple of weeks. Or this whole season, actually, in SRW, doing multiple series a week, Steph. I'm not sure if he does Thursday 8.6s, but he does do Tuesday Supercars, Wednesday Super Formula Lights, and Friday GTs as well. Is he in the 8.6 field on the Thursday?
Not off the top of my head, but bear with me.
Well, let's be honest. It's either that or he does vets.
I don't think he is.
He might do vets. He might do vets split 3. I don't know.
I don't think he's in the 8.6s.
Well, the only series that he's missing out on, realistically, is Legends. Where are you, Martin? Come and do Legends with us. He may have signed up and I may have forgotten. I can't remember.
Maybe. Yeah, he's not on track for the 8.6s.
What a shame.
No. But look, I reckon if he was in the 8.6s, he'd be most likely a Pro-Am or a Pro. At minimum.
What, Martin
for
would?
us. Yeah.
He'd be a pro 8.6.
Yeah.
You reckon?
He'd be at least a pro-am. You can't see him running at the back of the field like I do, surely.
Hang on. This is no disrespect to Martin. Right? No disrespect to Martin.
I know.
He, in supercars, Steph, has been running towards the back of the field.
Yeah, fair enough.
SFLs, towards the back of the field. GTs, towards the back of the field. Now, is he somehow just an absolute weapon in 8.6s?
I drive the 8.6s better than I do all the others.
Maybe he does too, but I don't know if he'd be
Maybe.
pro. So,
I don't know.
if you were to say he's pro level, you are stating that he is as good as Dylan DeBono and Ben Faulkner are at driving an 8.6. Is that what you're claiming right now?
I'd say he'd be in a pro-am level.
I don't know. Who's in pro in that series? That'd be like he's as good as or last season had like Luke Crum, Jack Anderson, Jordan Ferguson.
Josh King, Mark Cochran, Dean
Yep.
Sinkovich,
Yep.
Cam Hardwick,
Yep.
Chris Tomlin, Ryan Price,
Hodgkinson.
Thomas Donahue.
Would he be as good as them? I don't know.
You never know.
As McCartan still sits P1 at the moment. He's going to go even better on that lap. Barbs has now gone P2 on the road at this stage in time. As he continues on around for another lap. We are past the halfway point of this qualifying session. Steph, we've got a couple of chats out there from John Gallen. Good evening, Steph and Hamish. Great to have you, John. Stephen Banks giving the love to his driver, Dodsey of PER. And Gallen's also doing the same thing as well. And I just want to say as well, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, you've got to come and give some support to John Gallen, Split 2 broadcaster vets. He's in the fight for the championship tomorrow night, round 10 of season 20. Going head-to-head with another driver for that Split 2 championship and his opportunity to go up in the Split 1 next season. So come and check it out. Tomorrow night, we'll have myself and the legendary Scott Gamble in the booth with me to come give support to John Gallen, who is also currently in a fight for a SRW championship for a second season in a row.
He is.
He's been
I've been
absolutely
telling him
smashing
for a
it.
while he'll be moving up the splits in. He's gonna hate me for this. Moving up the split 1 for VA vets. I've been telling him for a while he'll be up there.
Well,
he's good enough.
I believe, yeah, because one of the top 3 didn't race, and the person who's also fighting alongside him and the other competitor is quite far behind. So I don't think John can even drop out of the top 3 unless he doesn't race. So if he races and makes 75%, then, or if he raced and he makes 75%, then yes, he will make Split 1 next season because he won't drop out of the top 3. But we don't even know what the pre-qualifying is going to be like for that series or the promotion works, stuff like that. But regardless, we've got 6.5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Stephen McCartan sits P1 on the road. 204.0 is his current lap time. Barb's his teammate P2. Bettis, their teammate P3. Stanley of ESR P4 at the moment. Then we've got Dodsey of PER P5. Gowans from Velocity Simlabs P6, Benici of Frog Leap Juice Racing P7, Rushworth of Apex Esports League P8, Lipsky of Privateer P9, Brad Wall of Privateer P10, and then Shannon Wright of ESR P11, with Adam Hughes yet to set a lap time in this qualifying session as well. Stephen Banks saying about time Gallen lost his sandbags. You're damn right, Stephen. You're damn well right. He sandbagged himself last season when he decided to go race 8.6s instead of doing the vets, so he could stay in Split 2. We know your secrets, John. We know your secrets.
They're still standing there somewhere.
Did enough races to get enough points to stay in, and then he pissed off and went and raced 8.6s.
He wanted to come join the fun on a Thursday night.
He did, and you know what? It looks like an absolute bag of fun. It looks hectic, and it's a little bit of a shame that they do go head-to-head because both series offer up so much.
They do. They're awesome category. That's for sure.
Oh, we love some tin tops. They had the 8.6 like scholarships series at Sandown today as well, and on this weekend for Vic State Series. So
oh, there you go.
you want to go get some tickets for that? They've got 8.6s on offer. They've got 944s, improved production, saloon cars, Aussie sports sedans, Formula Vs, Formula Fords, E30s, a couple other race series as well on offer. I believe tickets for Saturday are 15, Sunday is 20, or you can buy a weekend pass for 30. If you don't live too far away from Sandown, then of course, Steph, you're probably not going to buy tickets because then you also have to buy a plane ticket. And that becomes quite an expensive affair to go to Sandown.
Yeah, or it's an 8.5 hour drive and sleep in the car.
John, are you gonna donate me a DD wheel? I don't even have one. You think I'm gonna donate one to somebody else? Come donate it to me. But yes, if you want to go check out some great action from young and old across Victorian State Series, go check it out this weekend at Sandown. I had a great time at the practice day today. It was very, very good. I plan to go to the Phillip Island event on October 4th as well. So if you plan on going to Phillip Island on October 4th, come and say good day as I walk around the track. But at the moment, we are 4 minutes from the end of qualifying. It is still the Blackout OPR show at the front end of the field, Steph. McCartan, Barbs and Bettis in the top three. Gowans has now got himself into P4 ahead of Stanley, Dodds, Benici, Rushworth, Lipsky, Wall, Wright and Hughes. At the back end of the field, going saying, I'll give you my G29. It's proven well, mate. No, I'd rather use me Thrustmaster that I've had for the last 10 years. No, but I plan on buying a DD wheel. I'm not going to mention what brand I would prefer to purchase, but I do plan on buying one.
Ah, that's it. Got to look after the sponsors, Hamish.
Well, that's exactly right. And you know what? Camus, I've only heard good things about them. I've only heard good things about Camus wheels, genuinely.
No, never heard of them.
Well, that's who sponsors SRW. They sell the wheels.
I know. I'm joking. No.
They sell the wheels.
They are good.
I tell you what,
I have
genuinely, Camus have got one hell of a deal for a 3-pedal set. The hydraulic pedals, they're like $240 for the pre-order, something like that.
Yep.
Genuinely, great option. I saw them. Me and Tyson were looking at them. Tyson McAvoy. When I buy one, just get two. I'm not made of money, John. Come on. Me and Tyson were looking at them with Sheafy because Sheafy was having some issues with his pedals, and we looked them up, and we found these 3-pedal wheels and three pedal pedals, and it was a hell of a deal. $250 for a pre-order, or like $200. Steal.
That's pretty good.
Absolute steal.
Pretty good.
You know, compared to spending $1,000 or $2,000 on Huskenvelds, which I'd like to spend $2,000 on Huskenvelds if I could, but I don't have that kind of money either. Or you can spend $850 on BJs, which I have, which are good. $200, hell of a deal. And if you need better pedals, it's a good deal. And you're not really losing much by trying them out.
No, not at all.
Really. You can resell them for pretty much what you buy them for.
That's it.
It's just a bit of trial and error.
Yeah, it's the only way you're going to know if you like them or not.
Yep, and you're always...
I'm sure if you buy them, you're going to like them.
Well, that's right. And as well, you'll buy them and they'll suit you until you may be wanting to upgrade to something else if you ever wanted to upgrade to something else. They will still work for you as well. And the first thing you should always upgrade on your rig is pedals. Pedals get you more speed than a new wheel.
Huge difference.
Huge. It cannot be understated enough how important new pedals are to your sim racing rig setup. You could have the worst wheel in the world. If you have a good set of pedals, you will get something out of it.
You have an old Hoary wheel.
An old Mad Catz wheel going on iRacing.
Yeah.
Just the gears grinding in amongst the body of it.
That's it. Yeah. But as long as you got the pedals, you're good. Good to go.
As we're on board with Barbs now in the final minute of this session. Stanley, Wright and Hughes. Hughes on track. What?
Oi.
Okay, so he's going to have a one-lap crack is Adam Hughes as he comes up to cross the line in his Blackout OPR Porsche. He's going to start his lap. Barbs is on a purple in the first sector, so he is pushing to get this pole lap. McCartan cannot get out there to set a time at the end of this session, so it's going to come down arguably to Barbs and Hughes. Not sure if Wright has it in his locker or not to challenge them for the top pedals. I use them out. You just use a dropped vape, John. That's what you use.
That's it.
Yeah, I know about that. I know about him dropping his vape. Barb's
I
is
think we
still,
all do.
Oh, yeah, I think everyone and their mum knows at this point. My mum was asking me about it the other day. Why did John drop the vape for? Husey has gone green in the first two sectors now. The Barb's sitting purple, orange, orange at this stage in time. Shannon Wright has gone personal best in the second and fourth sector of this Road America track. He comes up across the line. What's the time going to be for the ESR driver in his Corvette? He's going to go 2:07.917. He goes better than his previous best, but does not get a better position on the timing tower. Barb's has absolutely cooked it on what could have been a pole lap down at Canada Corner. As Husey comes around the carousel up towards the fast-paced kink. One of the toughest corners on this track.
It is.
You're arguably, just out of instinct, pucker every time you turn through it.
You do, because you don't want to turn in too early, but you can't turn in too late because you miss the apex as well.
You don't want to carry too much speed either.
No.
As Husey comes up towards Canada Corner now, up through Thunder Valley, he rockets his Porsche GTD car. Adam Hughes and the one-lap gambit here.
Using all the road.
You just make sure people remember what happened here today, says Adam Hughes. Up towards the line. I don't think it's going to be good enough for Polies. He's had no session best sectors. Is it going to be good enough, though, for the front row as Husey crosses the line? What's it going to be for him? A 2:04.431. Good enough for P4 on the road and a top 4 lockout for Blackout OPR here tonight at Road America.
Goodness, that was a decent lap to not have one prior and just do a one-lap hit out on the last available lap time.
Oh, he's just that good.
On track.
At least that's what he'll claim.
Up P4.
He'll claim he's just that good, Steph. He will make the claim. I promise you, Hughes will make the claim. He makes the claim every week that it's a goated RC group when he's in it. He gets into the chats and he tells us.
That's right. He does. He sure does.
Why are they GTD? Ask IMSA. I'll tell you, it might actually be Grand Touring. It might actually be. It might be like Grand Touring domestic. Let me have a look. I'll quickly look it up on my phone.
Did you pick the vape off the back straight? Is my question to you, John.
Harry Dodds it's the OPR Cup this season. It really is, Doddsy. It really is.
Yeah.
They could take each other out.
They're very quick. If it's driver ability, decent setups, combination, bit of this, bit of that. These guys fly. They're definitely quick. They're the team and guys to beat.
I know what it means. It's GT Daytona. That's right. Yeah, GT Daytona because of the Daytona 24-hour. It's like how they used to call their hypercars. I think they were like GTPD. It was like GT Prototype Daytona. They were Daytona prototypes for a while. And then they became GTLM for GT Le Mans. Or Le Mans prototypes. Regardless, we are going to get into this race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody is starting to get gridded up in amongst the forest of Road America. This will be our starting grid for our race here this evening for round number 5 of season 1 of 2023. The Warren Brown Tools GTD Series. Stefan McCart will start on pole position ahead of his Blackout OPR teammate Greg Barber with their teammates Ryan Bettis and Adam Hughes on the second row of the grid. Doug Gowan's Aaron Stanley make up the third row with Harry Dodds, Sean Benici on the fourth. Andrew Rushworth, Martin Lipsky make up the top 10 ahead of Shannon Wright and Brad Wall at the back end of the field. 12 cars on track here tonight. 40 minutes of racing across Road America, which unfortunately is notorious for the field spreading.
It is.
So hopefully we can get some good little battles occurring in amongst it tonight, Steph, and drivers do start to actually have some nice little battles happening in amongst themselves.
That will be good. It's unfortunate in the rules that you can't just show a spontaneous safety car.
Well, Sean's also said Porsche may do Porsche things, so there's a chance. Well, that's what happened to Barb's in his qualifying lap, so...
Very true.
There are opportunities, for sure.
There is. You never know.
as Mr. McCartan waits to get his green light off the front of the field, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be one hell of a showcase for these GT cars. I feel like Blackout OPR wouldn't want this series to go away because they get great advertising every Friday night. They get prime time.
do.
Head to head with the football every Friday night. Blackout OPR gets fantastic advertising, but so does every other team in this series, to be fair.
Yes, they do.
A lot of Sim Labs get some great advertising. Yes. So does ESR, so does PER, Frog Leap Juice Racing, Team Apex as well.
Yep.
A lot of opportunities for advertising on a Friday night.
They're all out there.
Formation lap is about to begin, and Stefan will lead them away down towards Canada Corner, Thunder Valley, and then the final corner before getting this race started. He has just absolutely sent it there to get that thing warmed up.
Yes. Be more worried about trying to get heat and pressures in the tyres before the start there. Don't have a very long way to go under safety car or pace car.
It's a short rolling start, which is good because it is a longer track. Like Bathurst starting at the chase.
Ultimately, yeah.
Who's your pick, Steph, in this race? It's either gotta be. I was gonna say it's either got to be boring or it's got to be unpredictable.
Yeah, look, I probably can't go past Greg Barber and Stefan McCartan taking them away.
One of them's got to win. They can't both win.
I can't. It's split between the two.
We got green flag running at the front of the field, and Blackout OPR already get the tactics going here across the start-finish line down towards turn number 1. I'm going to say it's not going to be McCartan. Yeah, I think they were, Steph. It's not going to be Barber or McCartan. Ryan Bettis is going to win.
Oh, okay.
Or outside edge, Doug Gowans with an absolute Bradbury for a second time this season in SRW.
Yes, it wouldn't be the first time. I'm sure it wouldn't be the last.
It wouldn't. It really
for
wouldn't.
him to do that. Gowan told me to wash my mouth out. Look, I can't be biased. Go and say my own team's going to win it, because that's not cool. So I will barrack for others as well.
Got to be realistic as well, Steph. I'm the most realistic person when talking about my own team. Do I think my own team is going to win a race in Vets next season? Maybe, but I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it, but maybe.
I'm going to say yes.
I think my team has the capabilities of winning races. I think they've just been unlucky. But they're getting better. They are getting better. And they're a bit unlucky that one of the drivers who could have actually won races in Split 2 went up to Split 1. So that made it a bit tougher. Well, we can see already that the top 5 are just starting to run away from Dougie Gowans now. Dodsey has hooked onto the back of them though.
Martin Lipsky has just requested for a tow.
There he is off the track. I believe that's just before the carousel.
He's been given the all clear, so there won't be a safety car.
It was off track. Oh, it's way before. Has he got a broken wheel?
Looks like.
I know I got enough drivers in my team, John, but I'd like him to take a win if possible. Ooh, that'd be why. It was Rushworth. Big old tank slapper. And then to the side. Yeah, classic vet move. Just absolutely killing itself. And then, unfortunately, it's taken a lonely horse with it as well in the Ferrari of Martin Lipsky.
Look, those vets, honestly. I'm racing in another series, or it's just finished, in the Apex, but I kind of wish I didn't pick that car. I went for the shiny new toy, and I regret my decision.
Never go for the shiny new toy. Always go for the tried and trusted.
Could have stuck with the horsey, with the pony.
The Mustang or the Ferrari?
The Ferrari.
Ah, yes. of course.
Good old
that
trusted
was-
Rari.
was Sean Bonici having to spin at turn 1 then. Another Corvette moment at turn 1. And you change that to Corvette corner around here.
We can.
There is a track with a Corvette corner, and I can't remember what track it is. I don't think it's Long Beach. I thought it might have been Long Beach, but I don't think it is. But there is a track with a corner named after a Corvette. So, but now so does Road America. As they come up towards Canada Corner, the Great White North, up towards Thunder Valley now being led round by McCartan. Top 4 all just starting to get into their own little world at the moment. They've got Doddsy behind, Gowans, Stanley as well starting to lurk onto the back of them. Brad Wall making his way up the field.
It's Le Mans.
Show him right.
Corvette.
That's right, Lamar. That's right, the Corvette curbs. So Aaron Stanley has just dropped. I don't know, he's blinking, that's why. He's right on the back of Mr. Dougie Gowans. Inside the top 10, on the back of the top 5 with Harry Dodds. As mentioned, lurking up ahead of them as well.
The mover and shaker so far is Brad Wall.
He's done well. He's managed to pick up some free spots, not only on Benici, Rushworth and Lipsky because of their incidents. That means he's also picked up a spot on Shannon Wright as well.
He has.
So he has managed to traverse his way past. But he is a bit far back on Aaron Stanley at the moment. He's putting the pressure on Dougie Gowans inside line at the bottom of the straight. Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah, it could have gone either one of two ways.
Honestly, it could have. It could have either gone that way or into the wall.
Right, could have been a bit sketchy there.
They really could have. They did well to not keep it sketchy. On board now with Gowans ahead of Stanley at the moment. Just trying to keep this thing in check.
It'd be really hard to pull it up at that corner if you're in a battle going down the hill. You don't want to brake too early or too late.
Well, not just that
brake
as well.
too late, you're going straight ahead.
Oh,
you brake too early, you're losing your spot.
Exactly, and another problem is as well, if you are in that battle and all of a sudden there's a car alongside you and you think, oh, I've got to try and outbrake them, you both end up off track because they're also thinking the same thing and you both brake way too late and you're both off the track. So
that's right.
Again, and it's one of those reasons why we said that section can get quite follow the leader-ish because drivers are smart enough to know probably shouldn't go for the move there. There are some that forget that rule.
Yeah.
It does happen.
It does.
But aside from that, they're normally pretty well behaved. But then there's turn 1, when drivers are not prepared to take it cautiously. So
just send it, turn 1, turn 2.
we love a send. I wonder how many postmen we have in SRW. Like genuine postmen. I wonder how many we have out there.
A few.
Surely.
I know, I for one.
Surely. Middle-aged men. Middle-aged men. No, I mean like genuine postman stuff. Like people who actually work for the Australian Postal Service.
Gotcha. I don't do that, but yes. I'm one of the last of the late breakers.
You're also one of the first to hit the wall as well.
Not always.
Just at Sebring,
Not always.
you back it in, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah. Best place to do it.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
You know, back it in at the last corner, put your car up on 2 wheels when you break the rear wishbone on your 8.6. Just the best time.
Yeah, it's perfect. We wouldn't ask for anything else.
It's a phenomenal time.
Give me flashbacks from last night, even though we weren't at Sebring.
Urschersleben is well known as the German Sebring.
My race was over before we even got off the grid. My race was done.
Welcome to Urschersleben.
Okay. And the wet.
Why is it that this season every race is wet? Has genuinely has every race actually been wet this season?
I wouldn't say every race. That's probably been a good 85%. But when you look at it, there are tracks in the UK and Europe, but it's in their summer, racing in the afternoon. You're going to get the rain.
It seems like right. They've been getting rain every single week for 8-6s. Now I wouldn't put it past Mark and Pricey to just say stuff it. Let's make every race wet this season. I wouldn't put it past them. Make that a bit of a double bubble.
Nah, I think
weather and road trip.
It is set to realistic, according to the session. Realistic weather, but I like the rain.
My scales are set to realistic, and every time I stand on it says error. That's not realistic.
Yeah, no, I get it. But look, I like the rain.
I like it too, but a lot of drivers do complain about it. They honestly do.
They do.
And the best thing you can do, get good.
Yeah.
Just get good.
Driving in the rain, it helps with car control.
It really does.
Throttle control,
It
braking
really does,
control.
and it will help you in the dry as well.
Exactly right.
You know, I think the biggest problem a lot of drivers find driving in the rain is when they try and drive the dry line in the rain. You don't drive the dry line, you drive the wet line, which is the outside of the track.
I learned that the hard way. Every week I do the same thing, and every week I get the same outcome.
Some drivers just don't learn, unfortunately.
No,
and you know, there are a lot of tricks to the trade in driving in the rain.
There is.
You know, obviously running that outside line, running on what is colloquially known the go-kart line.
Yes. The non-traditional line.
iRacing gone over the top with rain, in my opinion. No, John, they haven't gone over the top. The problem is we haven't set up rain sessions properly. We set them for heavy rain, and it's a monsoon.
Yeah. You set for light rain and you get heavy.
Brad Hayes saying it right. Drive in the rain, you learn to drive better and are more prepared when it's dry. Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
Exactly right. Rain racing makes you better.
It does.
But another
I like
thing,
it.
like you look at it, a lot of older drivers, right? A lot of old F1 drivers. Like I'll give you an example. Jenson Button, as Dougie Gowans is putting the pressure immensely on Doddsy right now for P5. We have this beautiful battle on hand. Jenson Button, when he was a kid, right, they couldn't afford wet tyres on his go-kart. So he was forced to practice in the rain on slicks, and it made him a better driver in the rain. Because he learned car control, and he learned proper car control, practicing his go-kart in the rain on slicks.
You'd have no choice then. You got no choice. You got
to learn throttle control.
That's right. Otherwise, you're in the wall. Off the track.
I don't recommend you do that in iRacing because we've seen what happens when that happens. Namely, remind me of the track name, Steph, last season.
Last season? It happened this season.
Was it No, it was last season. It was last season. 8-6s. It was like an oval with a dog leg off it.
Yes, there was.
Was it New Hampshire?
Might have been.
I think it was. I think it was New Hampshire.
Really?
New Hampshire last season.
We well.
We saw someone attempt to drive on dries on a wet track for the whole race. It ended poorly.
Yes. I did that this season. Earlier in the season, I think it was round 2 potentially.
What a marketing strategy! Set the whole season to rain and just call your rounds rain 1, rain 2, rain 3. What a marketing strategy that is. That's phenomenal.
I like it. It's smart.
It really is. It is.
Like it. But looking at next week, it's rain unlikely at this stage. So hey, look out. Say 24% chance.
What track
look
are we
out.
At? What track are we at?
We are at Red Bull Ring for a what are we doing? 3 20-minute races, a super sprint. So with a top 10 reverse grid for race 2 and a top 5 reverse for the race 3.
Sounds like death. I love it. That's phenomenal.
It's only the short version. It's the national version. It's not the full track.
Perfect for rain.
Unfortunately, it is, isn't it?
It's perfect for rain. I did end up going to Sandown today, mate. I was only there for a couple of hours, actually. I was there for a couple of hours. I got to see a lot of cars out on track. Filmed a little bit of content. Did a bit of a walk around as well. And then went home about 1 o'clock. I was ready to go home by that point. Just because I got what I wanted and had a good day. Planning on going to Phillip Island for the next round on the Friday as well. So it'll be good. Brad Hayes in chat. SRW86 series. Perfect series to have rain races. And the category is for new drivers all way to pros. As much as I love doing vets, I miss 86 series and SRW and having the rain. Heaps of fun racing SRW. It is. Yep. It is phenomenal. I mean, the amount of drivers you get in the 86s, you know, I don't have the pleasure of calling that action, but I do have the pleasure of obviously spotting for my team on the Thursday night when vets is on. But Chase just absolutely chirping Dylan Gray in the chat.
Oh wow!
What a chirp!
Poor Dylan.
We are really Friday night is
loose.
I didn't see you, Dylan, to be honest with you. I didn't see you in the pit lane. I might have walked through when you're on track. I'm not sure. So I do apologise for not coming to say hello to you. But
Friday night's a loose.
We are getting. This feels. No, this feels like an episode of Kill Tony right now. I'm going to be honest. They're just chirping left, right, and centre. Up the front, though, at the moment, we have got 15 minutes into this race, Steph. We've just filled 15 minutes with absolute waffle with the chat about rain.
About rain.
About rain. It's at least it is at least on brand and at least on target and on category as well.
It is. That's right.
Top 4 is still Blackout OPR, led by Stefan McCartan, Greg Barber, Adam Hughes, Ryan Bettis, Harry Dodds in behind them. He's still being hounded by Dougie Gowans, Aaron Stanley in behind them as well. So these guys are still battling it out. They've then got Benici, right, Brad Walls in pit lane for whatever reason. Rushworth and Lipsky at the back end of the field. And I'd say this is why Bradley Walls in the pit lane, and it looks to be a typical Mustang issue out on track this time. We've spoken about typical Corvette issues, and hello mother, hello father, I'm at Camp Granada, there goes the Mustang.
Yep. These cars, they're so loose in the rear, and the snap oversteer, they're not fun.
I unfortunately can't come do V8s on Mondays next season, Brad. I will be broadcasting on a Monday as of next season. So I will not be able to race, unfortunately. But I will be able to broadcast some, I believe in broadcasting GT4s on the Monday, so that'll be good.
You'll miss me in a supercar.
Oh,
as long as we're not going to Winton, I'll be on the track.
Every round is now announced to be at Winton next season?
No. As long as it's not Winton.
No. Is it broadcasted?
It is broadcasted, yes.
Oh, who broadcasts it?
JT, Jason Thomas on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Then uploads it to YouTube after the race.
Very good.
After streaming. Yeah.
I'll have to go check it out. Might have a bit of weekend watching to catch up on the previous season of V8s.
As long as, as long as it's not Winton, I'm good.
John. Not the V8s. You don't want me to race the V8s. I haven't raced the V8s in about 3 years, so you don't want me to race V8s. I'm out of practice in the V8s.
Been a while?
Last time I did it was the Bathurst 1000 2021.
Oh wow, that is a while ago.
Yeah, actually no, it was 2022. 2022 Bathurst 1000. It is 2 years. It's a long time since I've done laps. Like I've done laps in a practice, but I just haven't. Actually no, I lie. I did an SRW V8 race at Phillip Island.
There you go.
Got like a top 15. So I still did pretty well myself, but yeah, been a long time. Been a long time since I've raced V8s. Most recently, I've raced GTs with when I did Watkins Glen. And then also Legends as well when I raced Legends last season. Under an alias that will not be announced, you can go and find it. It's the most glaringly obvious alias you could ever find in the last season of Legends. Pedro Joao Suar is a legend in himself. Oh, Pedro. I've announced it. Yeah, Pedro.
Hey, Pedro!
Portuguese rally and touring car driver.
There you go.
You need to watch the first.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, the chirps are real. I just realised we're still on replay.
We're still replay? I was going to look and I'm like, hang on. I'm going back to...
My brain's
what's going on
gone.
here?
My brain
That's
is
all right.
genuinely gone right now. To be fair, no one in the chat noticed either. No one in the chat noticed. So we were just following around for Brad Wall for a couple of laps. Hilarious.
That's all right.
Hilarious. This battle is still going on with Dodsey, Gowans and Stanley at the moment. They have not let each other go anywhere.
No.
And they've allowed Ryan Bettis to get about 5.4 seconds up the road from them.
It's a good little battle, though. They're good on Dodsey for
They're still amongst it.
holding his own against Dougie Gowans there.
Dodsey's like a pressure
He's,
cooker. He's not going to crack that easily.
No. Yeah, Gowans has thrown it up the inside a couple of times and he's managed to hold on to it, so he's doing well.
Yeah, see, Brad
Very
wouldn't,
well.
Brad wouldn't have even noticed if we hadn't said it was still on replay.
I'm gonna have to have a chat with you, Brad, later about the first 10 laps comment.
John, I'm crew chief because they need a crew chief. They cannot survive without a crew chief. It shambles the week that I didn't do crew chiefing for them. It ended very, very poorly.
Oh no.
They'll have to deal with... luckily for them, the next Thursday that I'm not available is off season, so they're lucky. I planned around it. Sean Manucci is into pit lane. I don't believe he's had an incident. I believe this might be a genuine pit stop because we're at the halfway point of this race.
First to the pitters.
Yeah, very interesting. Interesting strategy, of course. Field has started to spread out just a little bit, but this little three-pack battle continues on P5 through P7. Dodsey, Gowans and Stanley at the moment. Further back, we still have Shannon Wright, Sean Benici, Rushworth, Wall, Lipsky as well. And at the front, it is still the Blackout OPR hour with McCartan, Barbs, Hughes and Bettis. It just sounds like a podcast at this point, doesn't it?
It does. You can't, well, you can't, knock them. They're doing an awesome job out there. Week in, week out, they're at the front runners. You can't knock them. Oh, no! Into the wall.
What has happened?
Oh, no.
How has this blown up after about 5 laps of them being head to toe? Oh, he caught the grass. My God. And that sent Dougie, I assume, into the wall as well.
Just requested for a tow.
Are we going to get that elusive safety car? He's off track. Oh, my God. That camera cut was perfect. No, he hasn't got the TV on, John. I can tell you that right now. He has not got it on. He's not even home. He's not even home. So,
No safety car.
fair enough.
Being cleared to tow.
Very good. But nah, he's not got the TV on, John. He doesn't watch my Friday night streams normally. He only watches the Saturday. Bit rude of him. I ask him to watch on Tuesdays and Sundays at least because it's super close, but he doesn't like to. He has claimed my father's hilarious on the radio. He is quite funny on the radio, to be fair. He's very, very good. Brad Wall has had an incident in the background once again. Is it another typical Mustang problem where the horse has just absolutely bucked him through this corner? It's the same corner as last time.
Same corner.
It has.
Yeah. He's managed to hold on to it this time, which is good.
He did. He didn't hit the wall. Didn't end up in the sand either, which was good.
One of the slower spins of the world.
Well, sometimes
these cars?
old people like Beyblades as well, and they just spin them slightly slower. So
I was gonna say it's due to the traction control if they're running it.
well, that's true.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Slowest,
There's no point running the traction though.
Yeah,
There's no
it's
point
all
having like you can go down to. I'd say the Mustang probably lowest you goes like 2.
Yeah.
I think lower than you are really risking it. The BMW you can run 0. You can run no traction BMW easy.
I'd be very hesitant
Nah.
from the vet without it.
Oh no way. Vet is 4 or nothing.
Yeah.
4 or nothing. Especially if you get rain.
Oh, rain, man, jack it up when you get rain. Woo! Forget that one.
Nah, don't jack it up. Because the problem as well is with the traction, you can also bog mid corner. And because of the vet's tendency to spin, You don't want it to bog
Can't
mid-corner
power out.
because then you'll get a slow spin.
You can't power out of it.
Exactly. Exactly. It just bogs down like you're trying to dig a hole in the mud. It's just not fun. It's not a good time.
It doesn't work.
It really doesn't. It really does not work. Barbs and McCartan have now dropped down the order, so I believe they've actually come in for a pit stop. They have indeed.
They have.
Only 3 cars left to pit in this race. Adam Hughes, Ryan Bettis, and Aaron Stanley. Hughes currently leads the way of this race, ladies and gentlemen, as we are now past the halfway point. I want to give a quick shout out to our series sponsors, including our title sponsors. Warren Brown Tools, so they continue supporting on the Friday night GTs, as well as the Sunday and Tuesday V8 Supercars, as well to Cooler Master for their continued support of the Wednesday night Super Formula Championship, and Shannon's Insurance for their continuing their support on the Thursday night GR86 Nationals. We also want to give a shout out to our other series sponsors, NeuroPower, DSL Railway Services, Shunt Scenery and Groom Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, which you can find on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia in their little news and in-studio sessions when they have an interview. It's their little table that they have. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You can order that. Everything is linked below for all of our supporters out there. All of our sponsors are all in the description, of course. If you want to get signed up and get into SRW as well, head into the description. There is the link to the website, www.simracingworld.com.au. That is www.simracingworld.com.au. Register as a driver, pay your subs, come and race with us. I believe registrations for next season will be going out very, very shortly. I've heard whispers of next week. Cannot confirm nor deny. But only whispers. No worries, John. No worries at all.
No.
See you tomorrow night for final round of vets.
Yep.
Best of luck in that one. And Hughesy's still going, so he's going for the fuel save strategy at the moment here, Steph. And he's gone a bit longer. Stanley, Bettis there. Oh, Bettis is definitely following. So has Stanley, so they're keeping their track position.
Yep, they are.
28 seconds is the gap at the moment back to Stefan McCartan. Is then a further second back to Barbs in P5. Are they the provisional top 2? We'll have to wait and see. They've, of course, got Gowans, Benici, Rushworth, Wright, Wall, Lipsky. Dodds is out of the race, unfortunately. He's in the lane. He has not rejoined the track as of yet. So I don't know if he will be rejoining us on track or not. Hopefully he does. Just cut some laps. Get a bit of practice in you.
Might just depend on the if he had his fast repair selected.
This is very true, but why would you not use it as well?
May have forgotten to select it. You never know. These things happen.
Very true. He may have forgotten to select it, although he had about 40 seconds to sit there and remember while he was on the side of the track.
That's a fair point.
I know.
I reckon John Gallen should be in there spotting for him.
Good. Honestly, he should. And I'm disappointed that he's not. I really am. Pick up your game, John. Should be in there spotting for your teammate. Mark Lipsky's into pit lane. In P11 at the moment. Brad Wall still out there, rocking and rolling in the Monster Energy entry.
He is. Looks decent, half decent. Looks alright, that Monster.
It does.
Even though it belongs on the supercar.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed as well. Oh, and he's had another Mustang spin. This time we've caught it live. I am disappointed that they've just pasted the Monster logo behind the number board. I know it's a direct replica of the supercar.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate that doesn't line up properly.
Yeah, that's a bugger.
Shannon Wright's running a consistent race at the moment. He's P9 on the road, 6.8 seconds off P8 in Andrew Rushworth. All 4 Corvettes are in a row right now. Wright, Rushworth, Benici, and then Gowans is a bit further ahead coming around the carousel at the moment for Velocity Sim Labs. Aaron Stanley is in the pit lane for ESR. He's in for his scheduled pit stop in this race. He's coming behind some... I believe he's coming behind some traffic. Maybe not. I thought I saw 2 cars go up there. No, he has got traffic. Who's there with him?
Yeah.
Brad Wall. Interesting.
There you go. The tight, it's a bit of a funny pit entry, this one.
Oh, he's got a drive-through, that's why. Incident point drive-through, I'd say.
Incident points, yeah.
Because... Well, he hasn't had a crash with anyone.
No. There's been no black bands yet.
And he's had a couple of half spins, and he's also hit the wall once. So I'd say, you know, with regular off tracks as well.
Easy to get around here.
Yeah, very, very easy. No worries, Jack Oz. Thanks for letting me know. I will come for that chat swiftly after we chat to our podium finishers here tonight. I was saying that Ferrari was a handful before that crash at the kink. That's a real shame, Dodsy. It's the unfortunate poor setup on the car here tonight.
He's doing well.
He was doing very well leading that little battle. He did well with a car with a poor setup to lead both Gowans and Stanley, actually. I'm quite impressed at the fact that he was able to do that. Brad Wall is swiftly going to get lapped by Stefan McCartney, Greg Barber, and Justin Moment. Here's Shannon Wright up towards the start-finish line at the moment, P9 on the road. You can give us a little bit of feedback in the chat this week about the broadcast, Steph, about favourite bias and favouritism and stuff like that. You can explain to him our sort of perspective. He was, you know, he was pretty cool with it. He was cool with the reasoning. Wasn't having a dig, just giving us genuine feedback, which we do appreciate. Yeah. We appreciate all feedback, whether it's negative or positive. I did, Jack. As I told her what she missed out on. I didn't go into too much detail, so I don't ruin the race for her.
Watching it tonight, Jack.
Did miss an absolute cracker as Hughes and Bettis announced pit lane, but yeah. He was very understanding of some of the reasonings. I tried to explain it as best as possible, of course. So yeah.
No, he did very well explaining it, I think. I was having a bit of a gander at that earlier.
Well, of course, Mr. Singovich, who has the attention span of a gnat, was not willing to read the whole thing.
Okay.
So, wasn't for him, really. It was for Shannon to read. I even apologise that it was such an essay, but I thought it's better that I actually write it out and explain it in as best detail as possible with recent representations. So then, if anyone else had queries about that, they could at least read that through and then think, do I need to give my feedback on this, or have they kind of already answered it? No, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know, but no. I mean, we accept all the feedback, whether it's negative or positive. We can find positives and negative feedback as well. You can even find negatives and positive feedback. It's only going to help us improve ourselves and improve the shows. Unless your feedback is literally just stop broadcasting it, then that's not very helpful at all.
No!
Not very helpful.
That is, won't get to watch the races.
I have just noticed as well that Bettis and Hughes have actually come out of the lane ahead of McCartan and Barber, so them going a couple laps longer has actually allowed them to to stay in the lead. Jacobs has such a short attention span, he hit the iceberg. In terms of the Titanic sinker. Colloquially known as the Titanic, of course. Bettis has now taken the lead of this race to Adam Hughes. Hughes is now under pressure from Stefan McCartan at the front of the field. We have 9 or 8.5 minutes to go of this race. The Blackout OPR hour is still on and running here up through the kick. Oh my God, how they would have better survived in the Mustang. Oh my God, who is going to survive?
I never watched. Not 3 wide through there. What are you doing, fellas?
They're just having some fun with each other, Steph. They're having some fun with each other. They're having a crack. Barb's is probably sitting back and laughing because if these three have an absolute cook, he is going to sneak on through like a little rat and take the win. He is just laying in wait right now. Hughesy leads to McCartan, Bettis, Barber as the top 4. Stanley, unfortunately, a further 9.5 seconds back in P5 at the moment. The battle's on, and we mentioned it. I mean, especially with this series as well, the battle never really begins until 10 minutes to go when you know you can get to the check-in.
That's right. It's always after the the pit stops and whatnot. Once they've all been taken, you know you've got enough fuel to the end. You're in sort of fuel-safe mode for the first 3/4 of it, so you don't have such a long pit stop. And then you pedal to the metal for the rest of it.
Do you think Blackout OPR should become a sponsor of SRW?
Oh, maybe. Why not?
Why not? If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of SRW and supporting the fantastic racing that we have got on offer across 6 different series, 5 nights a week here, then reach out to Sinker, either by messaging on the SRW Facebook page or sending them an email. I do not have the email address, unfortunately. But if you message the Facebook page, you can ask them for it, and they will give you the information of who to best contact if you wish to get involved and support us here at SRWtv. We have 6.5 minutes left. You know what this broadcast almost feels like, Steph?
What's that?
The late night run of the Le Mans 24 hour. When it gets just proper cooked.
Yep.
It gets proper cooked in that. They talk about how many coffees they're having. Some of the weirdest commentary you've heard in your life happening at 3 a.m. in the morning in the Le Mans 24 hour. No, not in this race, Jackals. There isn't. Dylan Shepherd's not here, and neither is Calvin Hodgkinson to make it a full 6 cars on the grid for them.
There's a few out there.
Yep, there is a couple. They do make up the majority of the grid slots here on Friday.
That's okay.
They are starting to catch the lap traffic in
everybody?
Martin Lipsky. We do. We accept everybody, anyone and everybody, apart unless they are, of course, blacklisted. Then we don't.
That's right.
But anyone else who is not blacklisted, you are welcome.
All range of abilities?
Unfortunately, I've been blacklisted, so I'm not available to race.
Oh.
I haven't actually.
Is that why?
Well,
you don't
I'm
race?
blacklisted
Makes
because I
sense
commentate.
now.
That's why I'm blacklisted because I commentate. And if I raced, I'd have an absolute. I'd probably have a bigger target on my back than what Cowie does on a Wednesday. Let's be honest. I am everyone's.
Yeah,
I'm everyone's biggest fan, but also their biggest critic at the same time.
I don't want to say anything with that. I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Oh, what you've got a target on my back from you, have I, Steph? From commentating on your supercars racing?
No, I just don't want one on myself.
Send it.
Send
That's
it.
what I say. Send it. You can make them up as friends later on when you meet them in a random official and you help them win a race. It's the best thing you can do. Or you just have a good battle with them.
Yeah.
I nearly did. The one time I drove the safety car in Vets, it was a Rudd Scogan, I nearly sent it into the wall at pit entry.
Oh, no.
Okay, it was the first time I'd actually driven the track as well. So I'd gone out in the safety car, in lap, come in, sent the last corner, nearly ended up in the fence.
Oh, no.
Not the worst thing that's happened at a safety car, though, in a league race that I've been involved in, to be fair. I mean, Hughesy comes to mind. So does Tyson last week with his wheel disconnecting. And then further back, when I first joined the Vets a year ago, over a year ago now, they mentioned that former admin Cam Hardwick drove the safety car one week, ended up in a ditch and rolled over.
Oh, wow. Whole shebang.
Oh, yeah, whole shebang. Whole shebang. So
But then you've got poor Leaky and blowing the engine at Bathurst.
that's just legendary. That's just an exceptional time.
We love you, Leaky. We
love
Leaky.
it. We mention it in not behest, but we mention it out of love.
We do.
You know, it brings a smile to our dial whenever we think of Leaky blowing that engine up the hill at Bathurst.
Don't drive in second gear the whole way,
I
guys.
close my eyes and I just picture the puff of smoke coming out the back of it on the exit of the cutting.
Jack said it
It's
sounds
the
like
best.
an excuse.
Yeah, he's saying about me finding a way to spin the safety car. Also, yeah, talking about cake and racing lines at 3 a.m. Exactly right. That's the vibe we bring to the show.
That's it. Why not?
Speaking of cake, favourite kind of cake, Steph. Favourite kind of cake, what is it?
Oh, favourite kind of cake. Can't get past the Black Forest.
I'm a chocolate orange fan myself.
Ooh, like
Cheesecake Factory, chocolate orange mud cake, exceptional.
Like a Jaffa.
I do love a lemon or orange and poppy seed cake as well, like a white cake. It's real good.
Oh yeah.
It's real good. Also, like Coles mud cake as well. Exceptional.
Take any kind of cake, I don't care.
Yeah, I'd take nearly.
My preferred is the Black Forest.
Oh, my preferred is the chocolate orange, but I mean, I don't eat cake that off. Mark Crocken's chimed in with the old Go Rushworth. He's doing well actually. Paired on the road, running a consistent race. A little bit off the leaders. If we look at gap.
That unfortunate accident earlier on.
If we not top speed. If we look at gap, he's a little bit off the leaders. Just a minute. but
Had
he's
that
doing well.
unfortunate-
He's doing well.
Unfortunate incident. Was at the first lap
Yeah,
there as well, so-
typical Corvette.
Yeah.
Chocolate or vanilla mud cake? Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, see, Orange Poppy Seed, it is good. It's a good cake. Mark, New York cheesecake.
Mark,
Oh, I
New
love.
York cheesecake,
I found and had the other day New York cheesecake Oreos, and they slapped.
Ooh.
They were so good. Also, cinnamon bun Oreos, slapped.
Nice.
It was so good. We are within the final minute and a half of this race, so this will undoubtedly be the final lap of this race. So don't worry, you guys don't have to hear us talking about cake or rain or random stuff. Is the 3 a.m. Lamore style broadcast will not be on for much longer. We do, but we hope we've entertained you in some form or fashion across this race as well. We've had some glimpses of good racing here tonight. We just hope we can get some better numbers next week in this series. Unfortunately, I mean, we want it. We want this series to be we want the series to be good. We want it to get a good amount of numbers. You know,
The more the better.
The more the better. I love GT racing. I know, Steph, you've become a big fan ever since commentating this stuff as well, getting a much better appreciation for it, especially after you've been driving that Fez so much as well.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic series. It's a fantastic car type as well. Hamish is packing cake in the dumpy.
Oh,
why are you going to sell me out like that? I already said to you that the scales say error on them. You don't need to remind them that I'm packing cake as well. God.
Jack.
Just absolutely chirping me right now. He's like a blue jay. Up through Canada corner comes Adam
There's a few more
Hughes.
warriors out there tonight, guys. What's going on?
Yep. Up through Thunder Valley comes Adam Hughes now. I was right. It wasn't going to be Barber or McCartan on the win tonight. I just got the one wrong. It is indeed Adam Hughes. Up to the start-finish line he comes now. Up the top of the hill. Plenty of gap back to his teammate Greg Barber. Adam Hughes takes out the win for round 5 out at Road America. Greg Barber across the line for a Porsche 1-2 for Blackout OPR. Stefan McCartan, P3 on the road here tonight. Bettis is in the pit lane for whatever reason, so Stanley and Gowans are going to pass him to the top 5. Benici, bit too far away to get anything done on him at the moment. Up towards the start-finish straight now for Sean Benici with 38 seconds in tow. Back to Andrew Rushworth at the moment. He will now cross the line here tonight, get a good solid chunk of points for his pro class efforts.
It will.
Andrew Rushworth at the moment, round the final couple of corners. I believe he's actually leading the AM class tonight.
Yeah, he was sitting P2 coming into tonight, so...
Well, I just meant on track.
On track, I think, yeah.
There's no other M's in front of him, because Sean is a pro.
He's a pro, yep.
Yeah. Up to the main straight now comes Andrew Rushworth to cross the line in P8 on the road. Shannon Wright a bit further behind as he approaches the line. Lipsky has already finished this race. Jack Anderson in the chat. I gave Hamish too much praise for his birthday on Wednesday, so I've got to even it out.
Goodness gracious.
Words cannot be described right now, Mr. Anderson. We are too early in the evening for me to do that. But Adam Hughes, what a win for him in this race, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Blackout OPR podium lockout, and it is realistically becoming the Blackout OPR hour here on Friday nights for the second part of your Friday double bubble. Mick Clifton in the chat. Good drive from Rushworth. Congrats, podium. Thank you so much, Mick. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Really appreciate it. And dealing with the absolute corn trash that we have provided you over the last hour. It has been
just had a quick look. Can confirm Rushworth was the winner of the AMPS tonight. Or Pro AMPS, sorry.
Very good. So we will be chatting to, you say Rushworth, yes?
Yes.
Very good. So we will be chatting to Mr. Rushworth as well. If he does remember to actually come into the green room. We did only fix the classes the other day, to be fair. So What we might do is, though, I was still waiting for Mr. McCartan to join them, so we'll get the B-roll going. We've got 40 minutes of race footage to go through. We will get this one going. Where are they? There they are. All right, so who we got in the green? We've got Barbs, and we got Hughesy in there. We'll drag him in. We'll see if Stefan's joining us or not. Mr. Barber. Mr. Hughes, we're waiting for McCartan to come through. Obviously, we just wanted to preemptively warn, of course, on the old blackout OPR hour that this second Friday night double bubble race has become. This broadcast is pretty much like Le Mans at 3 a.m. the whole way through.
Why?
Random conversations in amongst racing.
Oh, right, gotcha.
Yeah, pretty
Just how it happened.
But it was a good time.
Well, we gave you some action at the end there.
You did actually. In fact, you did, and we were quite excited by it as well. As we were talking about cake, we realised what was happening on track, and we decided let's focus on that.
Proving no team orders here.
Oh, definitely not. Otherwise, Hughesy was definitely not winning.
Gloves were off.
Gloves equals off.
Oh, what are you doing? 3 wide through there. What are you doing?
Well, I did ask if they wanted me to take it 4 wide at some point. Yeah.
Well, we have to ask genuinely. Obviously, numbers are disappointing tonight and the last couple of weeks as well. I mean, I know that you're very passionate about the series, Greg. I know Stefan is. I am as well. I love GT racing. Where do you think we have to go from here to get this better? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why people aren't turning up, because it's good racing. You know, is there something else on that's getting in the way? Is it just because it's on a Friday night and people want to go to the pub?
Maybe. I mean, apparently there's a NASCAR series that runs head to head with this series.
I don't know. I don't know how many guys from GT3 SRW would go and race NASCAR though.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah, you might get a couple, but
maybe some of the Vermilion drivers might do that, but
maybe.
I don't know anyone else. I mean, I think the problem that it's coming down to is GTs really do suit endurance style, where you go 2+ hours.
Yeah. No, I don't know, because all the officials are 45 minutes.
This is true.
So, you know. Yeah. I don't know.
Sean is.
But we're having a ball.
I'm glad you guys are having a ball at the front. Sean is still claiming he's not pro-worthy. Unfortunately, Sean, there's no pro-am, so you etched just. He was.
Where did he finish tonight?
P9, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay.
P8, maybe. P7, even better.
Okay.
He was P7, but the problem is, because of the numbers that we've had, we don't have the three. We don't have the 3 classes. It's split pro and am, and you were literally like on the bubble of either am or pro, and we had, for balance reasons, we had to put you in pro, so there was an even amount in both. That was just how it worked out, unfortunately. But yeah, Hughesy, race winner. How? What, in your opinion, how was what was the level of goatedness of RC tonight?
Of RC, you reckon?
Well, you normally like to comment on it in the chat. You didn't do that prior to the race.
No, I didn't. I reckon it would have been more goated if, say, like myself and Barbs was in it and involved, but I couldn't really hear it because I was, racing a car or something, apparently.
Oh, apparently. Just looked like a Friday night drive for you personally to the line.
Oh, no, I just got lucky. Everyone was swapping over each other. I just got 2 new tyres and just got lucky with it, to be fair. Stefan was much quicker than all of us. He just had it in the bag. I was just too busy saving fuel and, complaining how loose the rear end of the car is the whole time.
That doesn't sound like you. Complaining? What do you mean?
I'm known to complain, that's for sure. I just don't show it.
How many off tracks you have?
I think 16 in the end.
Hey, when you're pushing, you kind of, and you're going for it, you're going to rack them up.
Oh, well, I got 0 times from pushing. It was just more when I just dipped a wheel into the duck sauce, onto the grass.
We might need some parity with Blackout OPR, I reckon. There might need to be some ballast added to your cars, I reckon. Make it fair for everyone.
That's driving baseline setup.
Oh, couldn't think of anything
It's
worse.
that. It's
We
either,
are.
it's either that, or you then relay my message. I said about 8.6s and rain, and just say get good.
You were running baseline, weren't you, Husey?
Yeah, I was running baseline.
Yeah. We're already running
we are.
baseline. Yeah.
Just less fuel. That's all.
Hughes-
Much
Right.
fuel.
Actually, I'll let you in a little secret. I finished the race with 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh.
I overfueled that much. Stefan overfueled half a lap or something.
Husey is a notorious baseline bandit. I feel at this point. Would
Yeah,
you
I
agree, Adam?
Oh yeah, look, I'm a believer in the baseline. Bit of a bandit for it, you know.
Yeah, don't bother paying money for shop setups. You just trust the iRacing guys for making them.
Exactly right. Well, it's good to have the classic duo back of Husey and Barbs of mid 2023, a year later.
It's a bit of a shame we can't talk about the last lap between Stefan and Ryan.
Yeah, where is Stefan at the moment? Is he licking his wounds?
I think he's gone to bed.
Fair enough.
Oh no.
Oh, boys, let us know. Helps get you and Blackout OPR on track. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to as well? For myself and Steph, congratulations on your top 3 lockout. Unfortunately, Ryan ruined it by coming into the pit lane. He dropped 2 spots off the back of that, so you can blame whoever was at fault for that, whether it was Ryan or Stefan. But congratulations nonetheless.
Yeah, thanks to obviously SRW for keeping the series going, even though there's only about a dozen people showing up. But I'm really happy that we're stuck with it this long. Last season it got cut short. I hope we get a good 9-round season out of it this time. And thanks to the Blackout OPR guys for helping us get out there, and the sponsors simrigs.com, Palmerston Bakery, Distraction Sim Supply, Shunt Scenery, DSM Painting and Decorating, and Blackout Electrical Solutions.
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Congratulations on yet another win and podium for Blackout OPR this week. That is 5 in a row. Absolute sweats. You guys need a towel, I think. You're perspirating that much. We're going to let you guys get out of here. We're going to chat to our first AM winner of the season in Andrew Rushworth, and then we're going to get out of here ourselves. But best of luck next week when we head back to Europe for, I believe, Hockenheim, I want to say.
Yes, I believe so.
I believe it is.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope we get the numbers for that, because it's a good good
Steph,
track.
Of course.
I hope we get the numbers for that one.
I say that every time.
That's okay.
I hope we get the numbers for that one, because Hockenheim is an absolute belter of a track, and I love it in
if we don't
GTs.
get the numbers,
It'd be
I'm hoping we get
brilliant.
the big
Hopefully we get the numbers. Yeah.
I hope so.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Catch you, boys. Thank you.
Catch us later.
All right, let's drag in Mr. Rushworth. Andrew Rushworth, the first AM winner of Season 1 of 2024 for the GTDs this season. And I suppose it gives us a bit of a outsider's edge to just talking to Blackout OPR every single week. We now get to speak to a Team Apex Esports League driver. Andrew, how are you feeling? Because earlier tonight I mentioned on Legends that you have really started to improve your craft in that car, get a lot more comfortable with it on track. And then tonight, lap 1, turn 1, the Corvette does its thing, just absolutely pulls from you in an absolute instant. But how are you feeling after that race? Because aside from that moment, you drove a very clean, consistent race, and you've managed to come home with the chocolates in the AM class for the first time this season.
Yeah, thanks, Hamish. Yeah, Legend's a fun little car to drive. I'm probably not quick in them, especially when I'm racing against people with like 6K I rating. But yeah, tonight, I just dropped the right side of the car off into the dirt, being too cautious in turn 1, and it ended up biting me as I got on the gas, and as soon as it started to let go, I just jumped on the anchors and tried to hold the brakes as quick as I could, and yeah, ended up with a little bit of damage. And sorry to Martin if I dinged his door, and I think I might have actually broken his wheel.
He can confirm his car was quite ill after that.
It was in good shape.
But funny enough, I said I had front and rear damage, but it steered okay, so I just kept driving until my pit window opened, and I didn't want to have to make 2 stops. So yeah, I just waited until the pit window opened and jumped in, and then I think I had 10 seconds to catch up to Shannon Wright, who's the other EM driver, and I think I got him when he was in the pit. I'm not sure if he had a longer pit stop than me or not, but I came out about 4 seconds in front of him and then just slowly pulled away. And it was a very boring race for me on track towards the end there, only because there was no other cars around. Just felt like, quali lap after quali lap. But it's a really fun series, and hopefully we can get some more drivers on track. But yeah, all in all, two different series races tonight. I can have a break tomorrow night.
Well, you also now as well. You also now get to have Thursdays as a break as well, doesn't he, Steph? So you get to put more practice into both series as well. But what were you going to say before I rudely cut you off, Steph?
That's okay. I was going to say I can confirm you had no front or rear wing after your accident.
Oh, I didn't have a rear wing, did I? Okay.
No, you had no front or rear, so you did well.
I didn't think I got hit in the rear, but okay. That's fine.
You might have clipped the wall on the way round.
Possibly.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I got that far off track. I don't know. I'll have to watch the replay. But,
maybe it's me.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
Well, now that Thursday nights are freed up, there's a possibility I might even jump in the 86.
Well, Ventures are still open, which I don't believe they've been closed. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Come on over. Come have some fun.
That was going to be my next question.
I don't think they have. Jamie Davis signed up on the 10th of August, so they haven't said anything that they've been closed. I don't believe they're full either, so I'm sure there are spots available. There's obviously spots available on Friday nights. We'd love to get more people in on Fridays as well.
Yeah, well, I'm already definitely booked up Friday nights. I love the Legends and the GTDs.
I'm glad to hear that you love both. The double bubble has been exceptional. I mean, tonight Legends was absolutely chaotic, and then GTs, if you've ever watched Lamore, it was like Lamore 3 AM commentary. It was a good time, though. It was a good time. We're having a good time calling the action once again. But next week, Hockenheim. So you've already had a little bit of practice there tonight, obviously, in the Legends. Next week in the GTs for the full circuit. How are you feeling going into that one? Now possibly as well leading the amateur class. And are you happy with your choice of racing in the Corvette this season as well off the back of that?
Oh, that's a definite no. I don't know. I just haven't taken to the Corvette. I just think it's still... I don't know. I'm definitely a lot more confident in the Ferrari. I've driven it probably more, and yeah, the Corvette's it's okay to drive, but it's just so taily once the rear goes that you can't get it back. It's all fun, a bit more of a challenge, and yeah. So no, I'm looking forward to Hockenheim.
It should be a good test. I mean, I love Hockenheim, especially in GTs. Ironically, I did a Gentleman's Sim Racing Club endurance race there a couple of years ago. My first ever endurance race was a 12-hour round there. That was a good time. Apart from driving for 12 hours in a GT car around Hockenheim, but it was still fun, and it's fun to cut laps around there in a GT car. So I hope we do get the numbers up for next week. Let us know, though, Andrew, who helps get you out on track with Team Apex Esports League. Anyone else you wish to give a shout-out to as well? For myself and Steph, congratulations on your amateur victory here tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, big shout-out to the sponsors and partners, Pagnian Advanced Simulations, Next Level Racing, Dubby, Banatech, Stump Grinding Central Coast, Razor, and Chubby Buns Burgers. And, of course, big thanks to Apex Esports League and everyone in the team. These are all awesome. Yeah, here's driving some more different cars. I'm starting to really love the Super Formula Lights on Wednesday night. They're a lot of fun.
Well, it has been. I mean, that's been an incredible series. Obviously, it's really grown and grown and grown, and the racing's been getting better and better every single season. So I think that's only getting to another level as well. GTs have been really, really consistent. We just need better numbers. Legends have been absolutely chaotic, but I love it. Supercars, obviously, are supercars. We love supercars. 8.6s have been chaotic as well. So I mean, there's so much on offer for a lot of people out there who want to come and check it out. And, you know, we love to hear when drivers are saying they are enjoying what they're racing, especially when it's in SRW as well. So we can appreciate that you are enjoying what you're being offered on track, Andrew. Thank you for coming to have a chat to us as well. Best of luck for Hockenheim next week. We look forward to seeing how you go, as well as at Okayama for the Legends earlier in the night too. For myself, and the V8s on Tuesday at Oran Park, although I won't be there on Tuesday, unfortunately. But best of luck in that one.
Probably my Achilles heel is Oran Park.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of it.
I haven't been able to call a race at Oran Park for the V8s yet. So next Sunday will be the first time I actually get to do that. So I'm excited for that. But once again, congratulations on your amateur victory. Best of luck next week. We're going to let you go, Andrew. Thanks for coming and have a chat to us, and hopefully the rest of the season pans out well for you.
Thank you very much, Hamish and Steph. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Hope you both have a great night.
You too, mate. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Well, Steph, in what was unfortunately somewhat of an uneventful evening of racing, we look ahead to Hockenheim next week, which will be a good challenge for some drivers, as we previously mentioned. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I love Hockenheim. It's a fantastic track. Got a somewhat of a preview of it tonight with the Legends, but obviously it's full circuit action next week with GTs. Phenomenal opportunity for drivers to go racing and a good test for them as well. Then the week after, I believe, we're at Daytona, so that's also going to be a great race too that people do not want to miss. If you don't want to miss the action we got coming up, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and the bell icon as well, so you are notified whenever we go racing on SRWtv. This Sunday night, 6:50 p.m, starting an hour earlier than it normally would, the Warren Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship for Enduro action, including full qualifying, top 10 shootout, and an 80-minute race to come around Sandown. It's going to be absolutely epic. I cannot wait to see how those pro boys do around there. Tuesday was awesome with you in the booth with me, Steph. Thank you once again for that.
No, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
It's awesome to call.
It was good to have you there and good to give you the opportunity to do it as well. Thank you, Sudafed, taking over Sinker's body on that day. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Warren Brown Tools GTD Series Round number 5, Season 1 of 2024. We appreciate your time being here with us once again. I want to give a massive shout out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren Brown Tools, for their continued support of the Friday Night GTD Series, as well as the Sunday and Tuesday V8 Supercars Series and Championship as well to Cooler Master for their support on the Wednesday Super Formula Championship, to Shannon's for their continued support on the GR86 Nationals on Thursday nights, as well as our other sponsors, NeuroPower, DSL Rail Services, Shunt Scenery and Groom Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be seen on Paramount Plus's Top Gear Australia. I didn't muck it up at all tonight, Steph, on that last one. I did it perfectly. I'm so proud of myself. All 3 or 4 times I did it tonight across both streams. I'm quite proud. But myself, Hamish Munro, and Stefanie Piccoli alongside me. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here with us once again. I'll see you guys Sunday night for the action around Sandown with Sinker for the Supercars. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because